We have your Mid-Island Primetime broadcast team. Brian Happy Trimboli, Chris Soriano here. What's going on, buddy? I haven't done one of these in a while.
It's been a while, yep.
Wrapping up the American division for Mid-Island in 2019. Brothers comes out on top again for the second straight year. They don't lose a game the entire year. They had that wild tie over Richmond County against the Gators. Gustavo threw them off balance. Other than that, they won every game they played. What did you see from the American division this year that really stood out to you? I have a couple of things that stood out to me, but to you, what stood out for you from the American division?
I'll be honest. Just seeing what the Brooklyn Tide bounced back and did this year. They finished in second place. They were very strong throughout the year, and to get to this point was a big accomplishment for them. Who knows what would have happened if Mitch didn't pitch overseas and was eligible to play for them in the playoffs. It could have been a little different. Mitch is a game changer, but in the end, as the story goes, Brothers comes home with the championship. I think the biggest surprise in the American division, I think opened up a lot of eyes, was the Staten Island Orioles, believe it or not.
Mm-hmm.
The youngest team in the division. They came to play. When they got the 6th seed, they came into the playoffs. They beat the Astros in the first game. They nearly beat the Tide. They blew a 3-run lead in the 7th inning against them. They would have been in the winners bracket final if they had.
Mm-hmm.
And then they get walked off on the Tide, and they get walked off on the Astros in a 9 or 10 inning really stupendous game. So I feel that they might have been the biggest surprise in the American this year. Other than that, I mean, there were a lot of strong performances. The Astros bounced back. Again, who knows what would have happened with them? Derek Jentz gets hurt midway through the year. They struggled.
Yeah, they had a lot of injuries, the Astros.
They did, and Derek was their biggest injury. So, who knows what could have happened there.
I tell you right now, Jimmy did a great job. Jimmy Guerrero did a great job with the Astros because they lost the first game, down a lot of injuries. Their pitching kind of was depleted, and they still went 4 straight wins to stave off elimination. They just ran out of gas against the Tides. I agree with you, though. The Orioles really turned a lot of heads. And even the Wolfpack, too. Last year they got to the championship. Everyone was, kind of like taking them lightly. They won 4 or 5 games the entire year. They were the Cinderella. They had a nice year. They won 10 games this year. Early exit for them, but they showed a lot better competitiveness in the regular season. I thought the Gators at times, they had some nice pitching matchups from Ray Fez, from Castaldo. Diamondbacks never knew who you were going to get. So again, there was a lot of parity in the division, and I liked it. What I want to say also, I know we did this a couple times. What was your favorite game of the American division? Early on in the regular season, Astros Wolfpack, that 10-inning game.
Right, that was the first game of the year.
Yeah, where the Wolfpack walked off. That was the game of the year. No game. There was a lot of games that came close. I tell you right now, the Astros-Orioles game, the playoff game, was a close second. That was a really good game.
And actually, I would say that the winners bracket final between Brothers and Tide.
The 3-1 game. Yeah,
the 3-1 game was an excellent game.
You had a couple, really good ball games this year, and just fun to watch. I know people knock Brothers and they go, the Brothers every year they're coming in. Oh, they got this stuff. You know what? Listen, tip your hat to them. This is the program that they've had for a long time. They've added some guys, but that's what Joe Cal does. He's a recruiting machine, and again, the name stands for itself. You see Brothers, you're going to want to play. They've lost 1 game since coming to this league. They've lost 1 game, and that was to the Diamondbacks, where
I remember that.
Some pitcher blew a 3-run lead in the last inning. But that's the only game that they lost. That's the only game that they lost. They've been incredible since coming to this league.
And I think what the best thing about it is having them in the league, have other teams strive to build themselves up to that level.
It motivates them.
And try to beat them.
Yeah.
No team comes into this division saying we're going to be defeated. They come to play. Whatever the result is, everybody comes out to play. And you know what? They don't sit down there and die. They don't lay down and die.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody comes to play, and that's what's great about this division. That's what's great about this league, is that any night anybody can beat anybody.
Mm-hmm.
Now, unfortunately, tonight was a little one-sided, but
we usually don't get these in the championship.
Yeah, you usually don't see them. You usually don't see them, but it is what it is. Brothers takes home another title, and And you mentioned the Wolfpack. You mentioned the Wolfpack before. I think the thing about the Wolfpack is that, from what I'm hearing, is that they're going to be merging up with with some of the guys from the Rays, Tommy Lano and those guys, and that's going to make them, with their pitching. They bring aboard a couple more guys. I think they're going to be a very, very dangerous team next year.
South Line's trying to get GM of the year. Look at that. You know, what did you think the turning point was tonight of the game? I thought it was early on. I thought when the Tides had a shot to score first in the first inning, a couple of base running blunders, and they didn't score. To me, I thought that was the turning point of the game right there in the top of the first.
I would say yes. I would say that's one of them. I'd say the thing that probably put the nail in the coffin was Murphy's three-run homer.
Yeah, I was thinking that too.
See Palmieri going opposite field for a solo shot early on, set the tone. But yeah, that was a big play that could have gotten the Tides to run on the board early at the top of the first. Possibly got things going. But yeah, Murphy's three-run homer really put the nail in it for them. So.
Tremendous by them. And again, Murphy, I can't say anything about Murphy. I mean, it's not a pitch that the guy won't hit. Credit to the Tides, though. Jerry and Paul really did a great job. They added some pieces. Tides are going to be back. That's a fun team to watch. Brothers, too. Now we shift our focus to the National Division, okay? We'll touch on this, and we'll have a whole other thing when that season ends. Siegel trying to get to the championship game for the second straight year. They haven't given up a run in the entire playoffs, but they're facing the red-hot Pigeon Boys. I mean, I love this team. I love this team.
Let me tell you something. You didn't hear this team, brand new team. Haven't heard much about them.
They're flying under the radar.
They fly under the radar. Nothing to be said. Really, that that we know about. And this team comes out. They win their first round game. I believe it was against the Mariners.
The Mariners 11-1. Then they
and then they came out and upset. Was it the Bowie Bombers, right?
Yes.
So they beat the Bowie Bombers, the #1 seed. That really got everybody's attention. And then they get to the next round, and then they go out and they beat Matthews Funeral Home, which is the #4 seed. So, I mean, they're making a run.
Some noise. They're making
a noise. They're making a great run. They got a goodest chance of any to beat Siegel. Now, unfortunately, we got some rain here last night. We got some really heavy rain here. We couldn't get the game in. We're moving over to Sunday, and that probably signals for Siegel to get Mr. Labello a little more rest. So he'll probably be on the mound Sunday.
But now the Pigeon Boys could counter if it's available. They have the rest now. They can go with Andrews.
That's true.
So now you have an Andrews-Labello matchup. That's fascinating.
That will be an excellent
game. Oh my God!
The winner of that game.
I can't wait.
And the winner of that game will head to the National Division Championship, where they're going to be waiting.
Yes.
They're going to be waiting for a couple of days. No, not really. Only 3 days.
Any update tonight from the South Shore?
I didn't get anything yet. I'm actually going to. No, I don't have my. Oh, he's got my phone, so I can't check it now.
New York Bombers and Berlin Cyclones are playing tonight, so that winner faces Matthews.
That'll be Sunday morning at 9:30 here.
Who will then face the loser of Siegel and the Pigeon Boys.
Correct.
And we have our championship.
And that game will be Monday, and then the championship will be Wednesday.
We'll know by Sunday afternoon what we're doing in the National Division.
No, Monday night.
Monday night, yeah. So that should be pretty good. It's a tremendous season.
And we'll wrap up. We'll do a full wrap up of the National.
We'll do a full wrap up
when that's over.
And yeah, that's it. So listen, tremendous job in the American Division this year. Hats off to the Brooklyn Tides. Tremendous job, brothers. Again, another championship for them. A 10-0 win tonight, and just tremendous. Happy, good stuff tonight. Nobody better announcing the umpires and starting lineups. Nobody better. Nobody better. Happy is the man. This guy right here is.
I appreciate it.
Okay, we'll be back, Chris Soriano, next week with the National Division.
Oh, and one more thing, just so everybody knows, everyone out there, we are taking registration for fall ball. All right, fall ball is going to start the Sunday after Labor Day. I believe that's September 8th. So if you haven't spoken to Anthony yet, reach out to him. We want to get your registrations in right away. We want to get that league started September 8th, and it looks like it's going to be pretty strong.
I actually hear that there's a fuel company, I think it's 2013, and trying to get back into things. Bring it on. Welcome back to the league. We're back.